emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Oh good, just what we need. You know, it may be noble to plant trees you'll never stand in the shade of, but planting trees you'll later eat from is definitely also good. Okay, what can we drop for now? Well, we can eat that.
Vital signs stabilizing.
We really just need water is the main thing. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you. Well, that'll keep us going for now, at least until we can get our hands on some of the stuff we've been making back home. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Subnautica Below Zero. And last time we made a ton of discoveries at a distant glacier, and we've got more to make now. Hello, Beacon, have you respawned? Oh no, we left you here. We need to head back there, but right now we're just trying to focus on survival. We let ourselves run way down. But we learned a lot in the process, and we've got some more building to do before we return. Mainly, we actually found the Leviathan that we had only heard about when we first arrived on the planet. The one that's at the heart of everything that I believe Sam was trying to prevent. Our shrub nuts actually have come in, but they're looking a little clippy, I guess. Anyways, we have got plenty of stuff to bank. We're actually going to need more storage. And I do think it's high time we started to expand this place a bit. That hits hard. I had held out some hope that maybe they were lying about what happened to her, but it seems like even if there's hope for the others, there's none for her, and that's awful. But here we go. I'm thinking if I remove this right here, we'll just move this to someplace else. That was a horrifying sound. We should be able to move that upgrade console over to somewhere more like here. I think that makes a bit more sense. Then look. Oh yeah, I'm not making the same mistake as in the previous series and waiting way too long to actually focus on building. Now, we can take one of these guys. We're gonna need some more titanium. Oh, this is so much fun, actually. Then we go... Yep. And then, the way this works, they should connect right onto each other, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, can we make this even more fun? Not in this way. But I do have an idea. Thankfully, there's a lot of quartz here. Need a lot of quartz so I can make a lot of glass. Need a lot of glass and quartz so I can build stuff over at the Arctic outpost. But more importantly, I need it for prettifying my own living spaces. And besides, I've still got some more time to spend here before I can go out again. Because there's a couple of loose ends that I still want to tie up in this area. Thankfully, this is a great place for a base, because it's so central and it has everything. Lithium, quartz, titanium. Now, anything that is clearly not going to be used for a pathway is going to get some extra hull integrity. There you go. Each one gives us a lot, too. And we're actually going to modify an existing hallway. We're going to remove this one here. And instead take one of these. We're SeaWorlding it up in here. There we go, because what's the point if we can't see anything, right? And then we're gonna take one of these guys. We'll want to remove that solar panel first. We don't actually even really need it anymore, honestly. Although we could keep one in reserve. And stick that right there above that reactor room. Oh, that is starting to look really cool. Look at the way that tether just angles straight down onto the vent. Well, that can't ever backfire. Let's see if we can do this from inside. It should work, right? Let's climb upstairs, finish that. And that is looking really cool. That is looking so cool. Both of those reactor rods still going strong. Look, we can even see our mobile vehicle bay. sleeping right here. Oh, it's such a childlike sense of joy I get from every little aspect of this game. How smooth it feels. Like, it all just looks so awesome. And knowing that it's all ours, knowing that we can do whatever we want with it, that's an even better view of than the observation deck. There's still things to find on there, but my goal for right here is just to get a bunch of plant pots going. We don't have any interior grow beds, unfortunately. I'm not quite sure what it's used in yet. Ooh, ion battery, right. Right, we can make ion power cells that'll last way longer. Okay, all of this just got a lot more useful. I say that especially as I've got my stuff charging in the other moon pool. May even be worth it to have 2 moon pools just for the charging capacity. Now we shall have even more storage capacity. And that's looking pretty good. One other thing I'm thinking about doing, a hatch, right? Oh, there's not going to be any room. But there is right here. Where should I put this? Maybe right here in the corner, because I can't place things there anyway, and that could interfere with building anything out that way. Do I care? Not particularly. And the moon pool hatch is right here, so it doesn't even really matter. Anyway, that's all going to be shrub nuts. That is 1 ion alien-powered battery to make us the coolest kid on the block. And where do I get the headlamp? Down in tools, maybe? No, equipment? There we go.
The headlamp comes with an advanced weather-resistant strap that can withstand volcanic heat or an ice age blizzard. A perpetual, hands-free light source in even the darkest environments.
How does it work? It's just in our inventory. Ooh. And I just put it on my head and it just works? Oh, it doesn't even seem to be limited. I can take it on and off, but okay. And I can use it with tools, so that's going to be great for cave diving, for wreck diving. Oh, look at that. It looks like we're wearing it even when we're inside a craft. Which means that we actually don't even need to use our regular lights, at least not to that extent. Obviously, the craft is a lot more powerful. But let's grab the prawn. It probably needs to be charged itself, but we're going on a little field trip. I love taking a moment to just do some home improvement. Or in this case, literally doubling its size on a whim. We're ready to go. I want to go back to where Marguerite set up shop, because we haven't learned more about her in a little while, and after everything we discovered last time, I am more curious than ever what her role in this is. I wonder if it provided her with any sense of safety, setting up shop in those crevices beneath this huge anchored creature.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh, I see. It replaces the rebreather. Okay. Well, that may not matter where we're going. It is a bit of a trade-off. But we've got the prawn. Gotta see if there's more to this place. Last time I was quite limited in what I could handle. Not so now.
Didn't I tell you to stay away?
From what? I don't even know who you are.
Marguerite Maida's the name. You're on my turf.
Great. Can I come in and warm up?
What part of go away do you not understand, Altera?
I'm not with Altera.
Do we take her silence as contemplation, or as getting ready to do what she needs to, as she's done before? Okay. Ooh, spy pangling. Huh, could we have gotten this earlier? I guess we could have. Well, in any case, we have what we need now. We've got to build one of these things before we return. Water filtration suit reclaims moisture from the body and provides clean, drinkable water. Yes, please. Wait, what does that take to build? Hang on. Synthetic fibers, aerogel, and copper wire. Okay, we're doing that first thing when we get back up, but... Oh, we followed you back. You've been here the whole time. We just haven't had the means. Deeper we go. Not so many prying eyes down here. You don't exactly strike me as the social type. Oh, hey, it's these purple crystals from before. There's a lot of directions we can go, but deeper has always been the way to go about things in the past. What is this? Quartz. Well, we still need more. Okay, I thought we were gonna get just a little bit more. I wasn't expecting a whole thing.
Proceed with caution. A Leviathan-class creature is near.
No way. I knew you had taken on a Leviathan at some point. Oh, there's some natural magnetite. I did not think you crazy enough just yet to use something like that as a natural predator for anything coming in. Something that you don't even consider a threat? Well, we got the propulsion cannon. Maybe it would be better to go back and make ourselves some defenses first? Oh, you're still here. For a second I thought you were... maybe a dead one. What are you? That looked like an eel or something, like each portion of its body moving independently. Things that slither in the deep, great. Huge concentration of rock grubs as well. You're all the way down there. Actually, the prawn in its current state may not even be up to it. My only hope is to stay in amid this stuff. I want to scan if you so badly. Look at that. You've got like a glowing mouth on your underside. So, to all the people who said this game isn't that scary... Wait, while you're there... Oh, this is so foolish. Okay, no, you're gonna swim away. You're trying to reposition so you can get at me. Oh, there's something over there. Torpedo arm. I may actually have to build that in this one. There were so many things that didn't really strike me as useful in the original Subnautica. That may not be the case here. Actually, is that kyanite? It is. Okay, we can use that for some of the most advanced constructions in the game. Kyanite is a blue silicate mineral which forms under high temperature, high pressure conditions. It is resistant to heat up to 1100 degrees Celsius and is thermoelectric, making it a valuable component of thermal power plants. Well, thermal power plants aren't a valuable component of my life right now. We are also starting to get pretty low on inventory space even with all of this. Should I call it quits? I've always made an effort to just see how far I can get. So that's what we're doing. We can only make it another 120 meters or so. But there's also plenty of cover to keep away from this thing. Then again, this thing is plenty large enough to fit through here. And something tells me depth isn't going to be an issue for it. Let's just stay to the side as much as possible. Keep in these narrow crevices. That's how we make it. Moving cover to cover. Of course, every meter I travel is another meter I have to get back. Okay, we already had that, so let's not even worry about it. I'm more maneuverable on my own. I can see more fragments glowing in the deep. Okay. Getting as far as we can means getting the prawn as deep as we can, and then getting out. This cave is deep and dark and not the easiest to navigate in, because remember, we still have to get back. Alright, the less valuable titanium fills this inventory. Oh, we still gotta take out that creature egg. We need to build an aquarium. This is the downside to not playing for a few days. But any discovery we can surface with is something we can use to better prepare ourselves in the future. Oh, you're a triops? From a certain angle, I thought you were a new species. Dive, dive, dive as rapidly as we can. There's another piece floating. Another torpedo arm. There we go. Of course, what I'd really like is the grapple arm. The propulsion cannon might actually serve us better. I also don't have very much water. Let's go. We are at precisely crush depth, and the game does not like that. So let's leave you here at 696 meters. And see what we can do. Things are so quiet and barren down here. What is this? That's a creature egg. I'm making a mistake, aren't I? But I'm so curious, I have to know. Polycage. The polycage plant exhibits bioluminescence caused by the chemical reaction between a light-emitting molecule and a particular enzyme. There's a whole lot of mineral deposits, but it doesn't seem like there's really anything else down here. So more lateral travel at this depth may be in order. And hey, if we're lucky, maybe this also comes out somewhere else? These bladderfish really do live just anywhere.
This environment are confusing my senses, and yet I feel certain there is something important below. A facility or a body component. Perhaps both. I cannot tell.
Can you show me where? We do still have more artifacts to find. You said it was below. That's pretty below. That is pretty below. But once again, it doesn't seem to actually contain anything useful to me. Really, I'll tell you what I think. I think we need to get the sea truck down here. Oh, this is something new. Look at these crystals. They're all angular. And glowing red. I thought this was something volcanic at first, but no, it seems to be emitting from the crystals themselves. eclipse plant. Wow, I can't escape that pink sun anywhere, huh? This distinctive, vibrant plant is often found growing out of a green crystal outcropping that appears to be similar to jade. I don't know where you got green from. Dude, my base is in, like, the perfect spot. Like, it is so close to virtually everything I could want to access, including the entrance to all this. But navigating down here is difficult enough in its own right, and it may be worth building another temporary base here. In fact, I have everything. I may even want to do that right now. Alright, blowing past our depth record. But once more, nothing on the floor. I stand corrected. Now, I believe it was a mechanic in the first game that we actually move slower at deeper depths, and I'm really starting to feel it, I think. With only 84 seconds to get back, I actually don't feel very confident, but another one. These things worm their way through these caves. That's their habitat. This, I bet, is where they come from. The one up high was an outlier. Oh god, I really hope I can make it back. Alright, let's try and climb as fast as possible. Hopefully we'll gain a little bit of speed doing that. We can scan this formation. Excellent. Large red barrel. This is why you push a little further, because you learn enough to go back to base and come up with some new adaptation. That's if we make it back to base. Oh, it just never gets old. It never gets old discovering new creatures and biomes. And new ways to tackle those biomes. Alright, what have we added to our databank? Red beryl is an extremely rare mineral. These crystal formations are abnormally large and suggest a very specific geochemical environment. In order for these crystals to form, the surrounding water must be rich with beryllium. The environment must be very hot, between 300 and 650 degrees Celsius, and there must be surface fractures or cavities for the distinct formations to emerge. Can't tackle this until we've got more. But we'll make a note of it. In the meantime, what do we have in terms of resources for building? Not a lot. I'm not seeing any vents which would make the geothermal plant actually useful here. So that's a shame. Real estate is all about location, location, location. And you want any base to be a jumping off point for anything you could want to do in the area, as well as a means of anchoring your navigation. So we're going to build a multi-purpose room. If I can, right around here, if it can stop clipping into me for a second. Right here should be fine. The issue is, how are we going to power all of this? I don't suppose solar panels would be very helpful right about now. Put a hatch right here, and now we can climb aboard.
Emergency power only.
But it doesn't really help us any.
Offline.
Wait. Why do we no longer have... Okay, there we go. We could get a bioreactor. That could work. Nuclear reactor is actually kind of easier here. Alright, well, you know what? I can't really afford to spend a whole lot of time here. So I'm just going to take all the kyanite I can and start heading out. I can't even so much as build a beacon. But I can just save this for later. The plan is sound. Back that way is patience. That will serve as our guide. Oh, you don't sound happy? Actually, it has been a while since I've last tried to come down here, and I've got to ask the question. Is it actually better that we keep coming here in trips? I wonder if it would impress her that I keep showing up with bigger and better equipment each time, you know? Showing determination, showing that I'm not just coming in here with everything already provided for me. That's got to be good evidence that I'm not with Altera, right? I mean, from what she's said, there's a communication barrier, but we seem to be on the same side. Just gotta find out what her deal is. I also don't want to ignore the alien artifact over in that direction. Of course, who knows how much rock is between us and it. Nope, 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 no! Get out of here, you! Get out of here, you! Yeah, you bleed. Choke on me, God. Unfortunately, I don't think those things are going to be like orcas and learn that prawn's not food. It actually did quite a bit of damage, like 20-something points. But I suppose that's better than just swallowing us whole. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see this on my way down. We are not done exploring yet. You've got a whole base here. And a multi-purpose room. Or, what do you call these things, actually? They had a name. The large room. This is what I would have liked to have had for farming. Mine now. Look at that. Ah, you were working on some nifty stuff in there, but you, believe it or not, have the coziest looking base I've ever seen in these games. Manuel's bed's got nothing on this. Let's just save ourselves up and get inside. We are very time limited, though. You've even got a moon pool. Is there a vehicle in here? The customized prawn suit. The standard issue Mark III prawn has been manually altered by its owner, exchanging one of its hot-swappable work arms for the mandible of a young chelicerate. Given the range of available high-tech prawn modifications in the non-classified Altera fabrication suite, these customizations appear to be more of a stylistic choice than a functional one. However, the sharp claw arm could certainly be used effectively in defensive scenarios by an experienced pilot. The custom suit also appears to have heavy use over a long period of time, judging by the barnacle overgrowth and permanently damaged sections of exoskeleton. Assessment. The owner doesn't want you messing around. Yeah, I definitely got that impression. They're dying of dehydration. Oh! Oh my god!
I told you to stay off my land.
You trained that thing?
Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Altera.
I'm not with Altera. I'm Robin Ayu. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam. I think you might have crossed paths.
Bull crap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Altera, why don't you disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of barging into my sea base? Maybe once Altera's off my back, I'll remember something about your sister. There's some junk on that table that might help. I couldn't get it to work.
Look at you. You know, they are kinda cute when they're not viciously mauling you. Snowfox fragment, test override module fragment. Okay, after everything we've been through, I think a little quid pro quo is not out of the question. Nothing
Now
to
I
read
just
about
need
it
to build
though.
the test override module, and I can disable that satellite tower.
Okay. You're not gonna let me get close, are you? You know what? That's fine.
That far out to sea, swimming back for land wasn't an option. I'd die from exhaustion long before I made it to shore. All I could do was survive long enough to wash up somewhere. I felt a suction, and suddenly, there were vast jaws rising out of the water towards me. It had taken hours for the Reaper's corpse to float to the surface. Using the knife, I clambered up her flank and got a perch on top. I figured she'd float for a few days at least, enough for me to catch my breath. But would she sink before or after I died of thirst? I had a knife, a repair tool, and 3 liters of water. At least I wasn't gonna die of exhaustion. Now, those Reapers, they're practically all muscle, but there's some fat in there. I was able to keep warm and drink the water. And I didn't have much, but I had that repair tool, so I had a spark. It took a week to light that first fire. And I know more about the burning properties of Reaper fat than I ever cared to. I had to ration fires, but as they burned, I could smoke meat that I carved out of the beast's rib cage.
I feel like you're basically what happens to anybody who continued playing for a long time after the end of the first game. Alright, but we really need to get back to base. In fact, I think I'm probably just gonna kind of leave the prawn where it lands and take this thing back, because we don't have a lot of time. Alright, go, go, go.
Seek fluid intake.
Yep, there we go. We're taking damage now. Now I kind of wish I did build a hatch over in the shrub nut room. Let's get in there and build ourselves up.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's get ready to run. Oops, wrong way. I mean, actually, I probably could have gotten water from in there, but never mind. Ah, you're... Alright. Thank our kyanite. And... Yep. Only one so far. But that's fine. That keeps us alive long enough to get some actual water. Water is such a struggle in this game. The filtration suit is definitely something we want. Thank you.
Vital
Although we are at the
signs
point
stabilizing.
where our options have increased by quite a lot, aren't we? Because we also have these water purification tablets to try out. Actually, let's climb up onto the island right now, why don't we? Huh. I actually haven't tried to enter from the sloped land right here. I hadn't even realized you guys were hanging out right above me. Okay, let's pick up a couple of snowballs and jump right back down to the awesome base you guys don't even know is here. Oh, that looks so cool. Actually, wait, I think we can remove UI elements, yes, by pressing F6. This was a thing back before. Combine with a snowball to create drinkable water. Okay, but how do I... Oh, you just click on it and it works. Oh, and it actually counts as the large filter. How do I make more of these purification tablets then? Where were they? Frost base plant and salt deposits. We have something to do with that excess salt. We can actually be more than fine on this stuff. Let's put a gel sack seed in there. If we harvest a gel sack, we can use that to make some more aerogel. Just make sure all of that is here. We don't need this ribbon plant seed. Then we should have all we need using the synthetic fibers we got from the island to make ourselves the filtration suit. So there you go. I don't know if the crafting is easier in this or if I'm just being more proactive or what, but either way, fast progress. There we go. And now I don't know if that means we occasionally get another bottle of water or if we just lower it at a less substantial rate. But either way, it's all good to have. The prawn is overdue for a very well-deserved recharge. Meanwhile, we should probably try and get that stuff out of its back, including the creature egg. I would actually like to build an aquarium in this moment, and I think this storage tower is actually the perfect place to do it. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of free space otherwise. Ooh, the sea truck dock, actually part of the base. High power and structure requirements. Well, we've got the nuclear reactor. We could put in more rods, and it would be more convenient than doing the charge shuffle. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. But where is that? Do we not have the ability to build the aquarium? Oh wait, no, this is just like a regular aquarium. This isn't like a whole structure. Do we not have the ability to build that at this point? I don't remember if that had to be a scannable before. Tell you what then, what is the purpose of the control room? Let's just build one of these guys and see what it has to say.
In the control room, you can change base lighting and colors, rename your base, and see information about power and structural integrity. But not the integrity of societal power structures.
Very insightful, thank you. I don't know if that's worth it. Okay, we'll build you over here, I guess. I'll be honest, I'm not so sure about keeping this long term. Oh, look at that. We've got some reclaimed water. We get plus H2O, but minus food. Right, well, that's an issue. I mean, these things are great for filling up when we get back, but they don't really provide much in the way of, like, sustainable, carryable material. Welcome back once again to Subnautica Below Zero. In this episode, we start with the simple goal of bringing as much quartz as possible back to our Arctic base to power a fabricator, find tons out of great fortune, and then proceed to lose it all on semi-worthless home improvement projects. But it looks cool.
Welcome aboard,
An
Captain.
energy signature of some strength. I am not sure what it is for.
Go ahead and share it. Can't hurt.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Sure, just tell it to get in line. I believe that's actually right down where we were before. But anyway, if we use some of this quartz to make one more piece of glass, then that should be all we need to build the sea truck dock, yes. And where are we putting this thing? From the shape of it in the description, it looks like it may be a little bit awkward to attach. Let's see if I can figure out how we even attach it. Oh, it just juts out straight like that. That might make things a little tough. Right there, it's actually sort of in the way of my room. I want to keep that view preserved. Tell you what, how much does this jut out over the abyss? And to that extent, how much do we want it to jut out? No? Let's try that. Oh, look at that! It's actually just a little Hess truck container for us to drive it straight into. That is so cool. All right, it's like an underwater dock. I gotta wonder then, will the prawn charge if the sea truck is in there? If so, the moonpool becomes kind of obsolete, doesn't it? Okay. So what we do then is let's get our repairs in. Now, with the prawn attached, we should be able to come right this way and see how this works. We are really starting to turn this into Sea Lab. They really understand that the childish joy of taking one thing and putting it together with another thing until it's all modular and awesome is such a huge source of fun. If it'll actually let me through. Okay, we need some head clearance here. Look at that! It acts as an airlock! It separates the module train and then leaves the front of the truck itself. This is so awesome! Look at this! Ooh, and we can change it all from here. Look, we can see a little camera view showing the back of the module. I truly love Subnautica. Literally my childhood dream game. Oh, look at you. You're carrying one of those. Oh. Do you want to trade? Okay, here, you can have this one. Meanwhile, I'll grab one of these. That's the first time we've actually accepted a gift from a sea monkey, and actually it didn't seem to find that quartz in the environment. It just sort of, you know, grabbed stuff from, like, thin air. Oh, and if our inventory is full, as soon as it's free, I guess we'll get the reclaimed water. It'll send us a message. That's good, because water has kind of always been our limiting factor, and now we're going to get little boosts as we go. We now have all we need to build the spy pangling.
Without spy penguins, scientists may have never discovered that penguins incubate their eggs in small cave burrows, often alongside thermal lily roots.
That is potentially useful information. And it makes a lot more sense than you pulling this stuff out of nowhere like in the first one. But we also can't forget our spy pangling remote. There we go. In fact, we can probably replace you with number 1. And let's go test it out, shall we? We're continuing the proud tradition of never doing in an episode what I initially set out to do. But there is a cave upstairs we can look at. Hey, you guys. What do you think of this thing? Pangili.
Stealth mode activated.
Wait, E to exit. Hold Q to self-destruct? Meanwhile, on the top left, look. Infiltration value, companionship level. If we just hang out for a while, we can actually sort of research them. That is so... that is so funny. Oh yeah, we have climbed the social ladder now. Come on, somebody come feed me. Even though I'm literally standing right here. But I don't think there's anything we actually need to do here. Oh look, we can even see ourselves. Doop, boop, 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 boop. Kind of hard to know my orientation, though. I gotta remember, this is tank controls. Yeah. Until next mission, indeed, Pangili. Alright, down here. We need to warm up together. Huh, I guess I dropped some stuff I didn't need before. Right here. Alright, little guy, just get in there and tell me what you see.
Spy Penguin online.
Some diamonds well out of their element. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised you guys haven't done this yourselves, but look at that, we can use that to access resource caches. And it doesn't take up so much space either. Can you get it?
Capacity reached.
Oh, your inventory is full, right, we can see that on the bottom right. Alright, bring those valuable diamonds back to Mama. Can you interact with these at all, or do they just show you? Yeah, they just show you where this stuff is.
See you later.
Being only 2 keys away, it's very important that we press E. Now we can open your storage, take your stuff, and pick you up. Actually, you only take up 1 slot. That's awesome. We have so much water now, it's ridiculous. And I would like to build the snow fox, but apparently all that requires a blueprint that I have not picked up. Now, let's have a look at this control room. We can see the time, structural integrity, power status, and we can see that it's more or less balanced just a little bit in our favor, but anything else will kind of screw us up. Ooh, look at this. We can actually look at each of our structures individually, and we can see how they affect us. So it's kind of more like a strategic view, like we were playing a Tycoon game. I question the usefulness of this because it doesn't really give us, besides the clock, any information that we didn't have otherwise. But hey, it's cool to have. And we have a cool view because of it. Alright. Now, if we climb into the sea truck, initiate ejection sequence. And we're out. And now we have a better idea of what level we should be traveling in there at. Okay, I need to pay a quick visit to Marguerite, and maybe we'll see about going after this artifact while we're in the neighborhood. We can use these things right here as markers that show us the way to Marguerite's base. Yo, Marge, I just realized I forgot to take that thing. Sea Truck Perimeter Defense Upgrade?
New technology acquired.
I thought it was that module we needed for turning off the radar or communications beacon. Well, we have that now. And you're not gonna let us go say hi. You're very protective, huh? How did she get you down here? Must have had you from a cub. So this is it, huh? Your Balrog. Unfortunately, it won't let us get a scan. Is that leather? It's skin? Somehow, of all the bases we've seen, this one feels the most appropriate. Also, this looks like a piece of alien technology. Some kind of tablet. Are you maybe able to read it somehow? You must have been here a long time, right? Oh, hey, it just gave us more free water. Look at that. Let's see, now I'm thinking, down in the caves, I'm not able to get near any of these artifacts. But what if I try ascending in the wrong direction? That could potentially get me someplace. I just wonder where I'll come out. Ooh, things like this. This is the kind of mapping that helps us. That's the skeleton that we scanned earlier. Meaning there's actually a base not too far from here. Okay, I know where we are. Yes, it's that craft that crashed over the canyon. The base actually does have its own beacon now in the form of the control room. So I'm thinking we may as well leave one over here. I said in the beginning of the series that we need to start placing them everywhere so that we have some idea of general direction. This will be how we do that.
Calorie intake recommended.
Hang on. I just hopped the shelf over from the sea truck there. Yeah, there are others! I've been so focused on what was underneath the first one, I didn't even bother to look for more. Alright, well, we're going on another dive then. Look at you, you may be even larger than the first one. I wonder if you actually notice me, or if being in this state is like being asleep. God, just being able to look at some of the things we see in this game and being like, that is a living creature. I wonder if some of them even predate humanity's ability to travel through space. Well, I hope so. I came 600 meters down for it. We didn't learn anything. I mean, I can grab some of these ion cubes, which I am just going to start taking. After all, we could start selling infinite headlamps. Considering this episode started with me almost dying of thirst, it's kind of weird that right now my inventory is limited because I'm just weighed down by all this water I've got. But it's certainly not a bad problem to have, and as always, we are just making progress. Nope, you get out of here, you. I have no desire to deal with you. The prawn makes everything so much safer. Oh, what? You're not even going to try and eat that hypnotic jerk? Just look at the approach to this base now. These extensions are worth it for this alone. But tell you what, I think the prawn needs a little bit of alone time. I have some things I want to do with it. Oh, right after we insert our new upgrade to the sea truck. We don't have any others right now, so we might as well put it in there. There you go. And now we are extra protected.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, I want to give this thing a color that feels right, and a deeper, darker blue than Patience seems a little bit more fitting. Of course, we're going to want to give it, perhaps a dark red stripe. I don't know, something that stands out. I actually would like a deep, dark red interior that lets us know that we are ready for combat. And, of course, now it's time to name it. And given who I was chasing down to get it in the first place, I can't think of a better name than Marge. And after all, for a piece of heavy equipment like this, it certainly makes it feel like a workhorse. Which is kind of funny, considering we named the sea truck after Patience. Look at you staring in like that. The prawn suit now has the propulsion cannon. And it is looking ready for war. Oh man, I am so excited. Patience, have you moved? Patience, that's not the angle you were looking in at before. What happened? Hang on, we need to investigate this. Yeah, but am I the captain? I don't know what's scarier, the idea that something slithered up here from the deep and moved you, or the idea that you moved yourself. Oh wow, there's an incentive to name the base. It just says base on the side otherwise. Wow. I actually have no idea which, if any, of these artifacts I've already found. Mainly because I put a couple of them back on when I switched off the beacons earlier, but either way, this is probably our best bet at finding that glacier again. God, those guys are jerks. At least we have the defense module now. I'm just not sure if I actually have to personally activate it or if it's automatic. In any case, we'll see what this is about and hopefully find ourselves closer to where we're heading. Alright, yeah, I know which one that is. So the next step would not be back towards base. But right here, we are under an ice sheet after all. Now the problem is finding how to enter that space. There is an alien tether spotted going up onto this glacier or ice floe. Wonder where that'll take us. The snowstorms kind of keep you from cheating and just looking off into the distance, if you can call that cheating. Let's see what we can see. Which isn't much, because it also turns the ladder black. What's all this? We are definitely traveling all over in this part. And I kind of like that about this game compared to the first one. I like how there's sort of more to do and see, but it does so without the need for like teleports or huge chains of, chains of infrastructure. What is going on over there? Oh, you're one of those jellies come to the surface. Oh. That must mean we're getting close. Because you guys like to hang out to the entrance we're looking for. If we come on land, I wonder if we'll be able to spot that bridge. Yes. Yes, 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 we're in the right place. And I don't remember if I'd even spotted the beacon there. Okay. We are going to place our beacon basically right here then. And we are going to name this one Leviathan, because that's where that huge Hulk can be found. Wonder if we can do anything with this stuff. Ooh, there's a PDA.
Zeta, I have kind of a funny question for you. Have you picked up any kind of unusual interference during any of your robotics work?
You mean like Parvin looking over my shoulder and telling me I'm assembling my circuits wrong because it's not how his dad did it back in the day?
No. Like electrical interference in the audio or video. Any kind of flickering or clicking.
Huh, can't say that I have. Why?
Oh, so it doesn't extend as far as the bay.
What doesn't?
When Fred was bringing me for my eval, we detected something, almost like an SOS.
At Delta? How retro. What was causing it?
I think architects are trying to communicate with us.
You always think that.
Look, it may be my job to always think that, but I'm very good at my job. Not that HR seems to care.
I won't breathe a word of this to Emmanuel.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
Okay, I would really like to have the snow fox right about now. This looks like a good spot to get Marge on land, which means we can come over and explore a bit. I want to get up there. Maybe the entrance is through that cave. Wait, no. No. I think that's the cave we entered last time. So that means getting up here, there must be another way, yes. Right, I'd forgotten we have that propulsion cannon. You can just barely squeeze under that. Huh. We actually need the bridge to not be out to get over that way, so that's a bit of a pickle. Water. Bit of a joke at this point, huh?
There is something of significance beyond this bridge. It was important to Altera, but more important to me.
Will it help us build you a body?
I believe so, yes.
Let's hope. What is this? Ruptured hydraulic fluid. Which we can now make. Oh, requires hydraulic fluid for operation. Alright, well, that just gives us even more reason to finish up our Arctic base. Come on, Marge. Oh, my, just look at this game, you guys. Just look at this game. Yep, cowabunga! The beacon we put up near the surface shows us the way to that landing. But you guys show us the way to the alternate place, and you know what, honestly? At this stage, I'm kind of thinking I don't need a base over there. I'm still gonna go there to check out the pangolin stuff, but it would probably be better served at the landing, right? I really like the way the light is falling on this thing. Oh, never mind. Anyways, you've got power now. But I think this will just be kind of a place to hang out for a little bit. Good to be in the light. We brought enough quartz that, yeah, we could give you a fabricator. Couldn't hurt. Up here is the place for a headlamp to shine. These guys didn't care for lights, bright lights. I'm not really gonna mess with that, though. You know what? Forget it. It's just a light source as far as I'm concerned. And apparently as far as it's concerned. Alright, little penguin, do your thing. Get in there, you. There's a light post that's been knocked over. And a whole little base. There is some quartz here. Wow, we could have used all of that last episode. And a PDA on that table. Yes, give it to me. I can't press tab to view from here. Huh, I try to right click and it's saying can't... Oh, look at that. You can go into selfie mode. That's kind of cool. But there's only so much distance we can get from you. Okay, we need to exit you. Come on. Come on. Thank you. That's why I got a couple of these things. The problem that I'm running into is that my inventory is being spammed with too much water. That is absolutely hilarious. I should have all I need now, though. We're gonna build our true temp base right here on shore. Let's just place you as low to the ground as we can get you, which is not gonna be all that low, it seems. There we are. And hopefully we can get a nice hatch going right there, right above our head. Yep, straight into the bushes. Maybe we'll put it somewhere else. You know, maybe, just maybe we'll put it somewhere else. Like over... Yeah, here looks good. Now, we actually do have all the quartz we need this time, so we can go for a solar panel right away after we get some more titanium. Let's just put this solar panel right here on the roof, where it will no doubt be of tremendous use at the current moment. Well, in just a few moments. And we can enter our new kingdom.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And make ourselves at home. I didn't even see these things here, but it's certainly useful. Yep, as the sun rises, we should have all the power we need. We don't need anything fancy like at the other base. We only need enough to keep us going. We have all kinds of quartz stored in Marge. Let's just get ourselves a nice little viewport, make this place at least a little bit cozy. And now all we need to do is figure out how to make some of that hydraulic fluid to get that bridge extended. I have a feeling that there are massive, massive discoveries waiting to be found there. And we're gonna have to travel a little bit to get at them. I know that sometimes we have to do an episode that's a lot of building, a lot of infrastructure, but it's all lessons learned from the last one, because it's really, really painful to get right up until the end, and then realizing that all your stuff is centralized, that you don't have anything you need anywhere. So that's why this has been kind of a rolling project, but I think we're better off for it, and I think we're saving a lot of time as a result. You know, I am curious now, can we unleash the spy pangolin right here? It won't let us put him down on the base, that's sad. I mean, imagine just having it totter around like a Roomba? A Roomba with tank treads? This thing is gonna sell itself. If only Sam were here to see this. So, I'm on my way back to base, and I've just had a little bit of a massive revelation. I've been thinking, since the first time we met her, where do I know Marguerite's voice actress from? It sounds so familiar, and so just now I alt-tabbed out, and I went on IMDb, and I was surprised to find she has a credit in Subnautica 1. And I was like, who was that? And I was racking my brain, and I realized Marguerite was the mercenary who was accompanying the Degassi expedition. I don't know if she's talking about the same one, if that's the one, but she actually managed to kill a Reaper Leviathan then as well. It actually led to the downfall of that base. We have been dealing with a living legend, somebody who's actually been here since before the survivor in the first game. That is absolutely insane, and I can't even call that fan service. It's just cool. It is just so friggin' cool how it means nothing to our character, and so the game doesn't really acknowledge it. But if you remember, you realize how insane it is that she's even here. Also, if we're being honest, it's one reason why it's kind of a good thing that I haven't seen any comments yet. At the time of this recording, it's actually only a few hours until part 1 comes out, just to give you guys a little bit of reference. And except for a handful of patron comments on the first video, I haven't seen anything, so that was left for me to find out. It was right in front of me all along, I just couldn't place where. Alright, I'm gonna use this to see if the prawn will recharge. And meanwhile, I have got to go grab some gel. We need this and seed clusters in order to make that hydraulic fluid. Okay, we've already got you. Can we swim into the tube and see how you're doing? Yes, and it looks kind of like you probably are charging. No, I don't believe you are. But that's alright, you're still pretty high up. Okay, so in times like this, it would actually be better to enter you directly and take you over to the other thing. I actually need to bring this all down right now. Wait, I can enter from here and enter directly. That's neat. Alright, but we need to go out. This will never not feel awesome. Let's go get some additional gel. Actually, the best way to do that would probably be to make our way to that alternate exit. There's another fragment. Potentially something useful, perhaps? Docking module. Oh, I swear I am never ever going to find the fabricator module. Sleeper module? I hadn't even heard of this. 1 out of 3. It seems like a lot of modules are in this area. I did some searching earlier in the series, but I couldn't find anything. New ones are still turning up. Hey guys. Subnautica party. Just felt like I hadn't mentioned that for a while. Should probably bring it up. I had like passingly looked at this biome before, but it's crazy just how much of it there really is. Like I had never really traveled through it like this before. Trips over to Leviathan Base are still gonna make for a lot more scenery that I'm just not used to. You settle into a routine with stuff like this, and then it's broken when you start making expeditions out to somewhere new. For a map that isn't actually all that big, especially compared to the first game, it's incredible how much variety there is. How much things are able to change throughout the course of your playthrough, which actually goes on for a decently long time. I mean, I've got to have like close to 20 hours at this point, although I'm probably going to be cutting a lot. Here we should be able to climb on board and make that hydraulic fluid. Well, right after we actually build ourselves a locker first, so that can go right over here besides the fabricator. Being able to have more storage on the road is also a huge, huge help. And we should be able to build that advanced material. Excellent. And I brought a gel seed just in case we end up needing it. Now. Honestly, one of the most time-saving proactive measures you can take in this game is taking something that doesn't grow somewhere and growing it someplace else. Because that saves you a whole lot of back and forth. There we go. Extend. we're in business. And in the event that something decided to pursue us, we could also retract this. Okay, we need to warm ourselves up. We could take a flare. But the geysers...
Interesting happens to the northeast. It would be worth investigating. But be careful.
Of what?
I recall ravenous creatures tunneling beneath the ice.
Tunneling beneath the ice? We've got some ice-based threats, and from the look of what we found in the other part of the base, something may have survived. Something ancient. Well, as much as I can't wait to see what horrors are out here, I am cold and I am out of time, so that will have to wait until next time.
Hypothermia imminent.
Okay, one thread at a time. And until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, the link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. And honestly, I don't even know what to say to the people who said that this game isn't scary. I'm probably going to stay in here for quite a while longer.